Good afternoon. Jesse said you've called me to talk here in your office. Sorry, I'm late.
Yes, please take a seat. So, Erlinda, I have noticed that these past few weeks you had always been late in our meetings and you go to office very late. I mean, you've not been performing well, and I even catch you falling asleep in office hours. I mean, help me understand. What's wrong? What's going on?
Mom, I apologize. I have been going through personal problems and things have been tough on my side. My sister now works in a different city because of our bills that had been piling up. I take whole responsibility of my niece while she's away. I prepare for her breakfast, dress her up, and send her to school every day. I experiencing financial problems. I apologize for the inconvenience I had caused.
Erlinda, I understand. And as much as I feel for you as a person, I also feel for my company as a CEO. And I don't want my company to have employees that do not work well. And outside the office, you could always ask me for help. And but inside the office, I want to see the potential I saw in you last month. That is why you were our top performer last month. And I don't want, and I hope this never happens again, because it's not only the company that would be at stake if you don't perform well, but your position might also be at stake if you continue to perform like this.
Yes, Mom, I understand. I apologize again for my poor performance. Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you. You may go. Kaka, I'd been watching Audrey Mac's teachings, and all day long I'd been watching her teachings because she's just blessing me, and I want to hear more of what she has to say about Daddy God. And it's exciting. So yeah, I just love that.
Oh, really?
So, yes, last week I had this bit of stretch because I had quite a bit of money, and I gave a portion of it as a tithe, just a little portion, a 1/10 of it. And I challenged myself, I want to give the bigger bills, all the big bills I would give as my tithe, to give it to my church. And I was in that Sunday service. I gave them, all my bills, the bigger bills, and I gave everything for my tithes, and all was left was or were coins. And that was a good, practice of faith, because I wanted to trust in Daddy God that He is my source and not the money inside my wallet.
Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful experience. What is tithe mean?
Kaka, um, tithe, tithing actually, is that you give 1/10. In the old covenant, actually, there was a command that you give 1/10 of your money, you give that portion for the works of the church. But we are in a so much better covenant that it's not just about the responsibility that you give. It's not just about the because you need to. So you give. There's still a misconception in Christianity that you give tithes to please God because it pleases God. You give tithes because it makes God happy. It's not about you making or pleasing God. It's about you being so full. It's the fruit. It's the fruit of, oh, you see God's love. You see Daddy God's grace all over everything, in everything that you do, everywhere you go. You just feel His love, and I think that is awesome. And it's the fruit. It's the fruit of His love. That's why you give. You give because you trust him with your finances, because he gave you the ability to prosper. You know that you trust that he will provide your needs. You trust him. You believe him that he is your source, and it's not the obligation that you go to give tithes and say, I would give this so God will bless me, and so on. So I think that's exciting to know that it's a good practice of faith, and I love it, and I did that actually. So what is it called in there?
Or maybe it's like infak in Islam. But the word infak actually has a very broad meaning. It all kinds of expenditure for the sake of Allah without asking for any favor or hoping in return. There's also word sodako. It means worshipping Allah by giving wealth without that being made obligatory in the Islamic law. However, it's depending on the context. Yeah, the word sedekah is sometimes used to refer to zakat as well.
Ah, I see. Thank you for explaining that for me, Kaka.